I'd like to express my gratitude to all of you for your dedicated efforts in making this event successful. The timing and location of the event provides a valuable opportunity for us to unite, reflect, and enhance our strategies as African states in order to strengthen our collective commitment to conserve our cherished flora and fauna. As we finalize this event today, it is critical to recognize that Africa highly values its wildlife, as it represents a significant heritage for both our economic growth and future generations. Therefore, we are fully committed to implementing concerted interventions that promote conservation efforts. Simultaneously, we must utilize our knowledge of the criminal justice system to combat poaching and transnational organized wildlife crimes. It is this commitment that led to the adoption, I believe, of the Lusaka Agreement, fostering cooperation among member states. The agreement has been registered as an Environment Treaty 27, subsection 11, and deposited with the Secretary General of the United Nations. It remains open for accession and ratification by all African states. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge all African states who have not yet ratified this agreement to do so, as there is strength in numbers. The African saying that if you want to walk fast, you walk alone. But if you want to walk far, you walk together with others. Let us embark on this important journey for our flora and fauna. I'm pleased to note that significant achievements have been made since the inception of the Lusaka Agreement. Notable milestones include the apprehension and prosecution of over 100 criminal kingpins involved in wildlife trade, effectively disrupting illegal international wildlife trafficking. Furthermore, wildlife security forces have successfully recovered various specimens such as ivory, rhino horns, pangolin scales, sandalwood, primates, reptiles, and bats. Other remarkable accomplishments include the capacity building of over 1,000 officers from member and non-member states, providing them with specialized skills. Additionally, assorted enforcement equipment have been distributed to member states to combat illegal wildlife trade. 60 interagency workshops have been organized to raise awareness among national law enforcement officers and the judiciary's representatives from party states. Ladies and gentlemen, successful cross-border law enforcement collaborations have taken place between national bureaus and wildlife authorities in Kenya and Tanzania, Zambia and Tanzania, Kenya and Uganda, Ethiopia and Kenya, Congo Brazzaville, and Cameroon. Another noteworthy achievement is the repatriation of 6.5 tons of confiscated ivory from Singapore to Zambia and Malawi, as well as the retrieval of 118 live leopard tortoises from Hong Kong to Tanzania, seized from wildlife traffickers. While substantial progress has been made since our collective efforts began, it is crucial to acknowledge that our various states' criminal justice systems may need to allocate different levels of attention to wildlife-related cases. Consequently, delays in the processing of such cases may occur in some jurisdictions. To address this, it is vital that we focus our energies on preventive interventions through training and capacity building for rangers in prosecutions and investigative skills for wildlife and forestry crimes. These interventions will strengthen national and cross-border efforts to combat poaching and illegal wildlife trade in conservancy areas through intensified patrols. Ladies and gentlemen, we must raise awareness among children and youth about the importance of conserving our flora and fauna. This can be achieved through the establishment of wildlife clubs in both primary and secondary schools. And ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude once again for allowing me to address you during this significant meeting. With these few remarks, I wish you fruitful discussions and eagerly anticipate practical recommendations and resolutions on the most effective ways to conserve and safeguard our flora and fauna for economic growth and for future generations in Africa. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Of our cleanest beaches of Diani to our landscapes of Rift Valley, all the way to our forest, to our waterfalls, and to our Champi Desert in northern Kenya. Welcome, there's a lot to offer, and welcome and feel free at your home country. It is with immense pride and gratitude that I stand before you today at this historic gathering of the 13th Governing Council. The magnitude of this moment fills me with a sense of purpose and responsibility as we come together to address the pressing challenges we face in safeguarding our precious natural resources. I extend my deepest appreciation to the esteemed colleagues and fellow honorable ministers for bestowing upon me the tremendous honor to serve as the president, and indeed the first female president of the 13th Governing Council. Together, we represent countries bound by shared economic, social, and cultural ties, and we have enjoyed a long-lasting friendship that has strengthened our resolve in the face of adversity. Today, Kenya stands tall as the host of this meeting at a time when Africa is embracing transformative conservation practices and pioneering innovations to protect our invaluable environment heritage. This meeting holds a special significance as the Lusaka Agreement Task Force is based in the vibrant city of Nairobi, Kenya. Honorable ministers, your excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let us reflect upon the genesis of Lusaka Agreement, a visionary endeavor conceived by our great leaders who recognized the urgent need to protect Africa's rich natural resources from the clashes of organized criminals. They understood that the homegrown solutions would provide the most effective remedies to the challenges we encounter. Moving forward, it is our hope that the Lusaka Agreement assumes a pivotal role in global biodiversity conservation, with specific focus on combating wildlife and forest crimes and addressing the threat of climate change. In 2016, world leaders united in the adoption of the Sustainable Development Goals, a collective effort to eradicate poverty, combat inequalities, and tackle climate change while ensuring inclusivity. Sustainable Goal number 15 emphasizes the sustainable management of our forests, the fight against desertification, the reversal of land degradation, and the halt of biodiversity loss. Moreover, Sustainable Target number 15.7 urges urgent action to halt poaching and trafficking of protected species, addressing both the demand and supply of illegal wildlife products. Target number 15 C emphasizes the need to enhance global support for compacting poaching and trafficking, empowering the local communities with sustainable livelihood opportunities. Additionally, Sustainable Goal 17 highlights the significance of partnerships between governments, the private sector, and the civil society to strengthen the international support and implement capacity-building initiatives, including the North-South, the South-South, and the Triangular Cooperation. Honorable Ministers, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as we assume and as I assume leadership of the Lusaka Agreement, I pledge to strengthen the implementation of activities under its umbrella, ensuring that we remain steadfast in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Kenya, supported by the United Republic of Tanzania and Republic of Congo, will explore various avenues to provide adequate resources for the Lusaka Agreement Task Force and ensure the fulfillment of its mandate to combat illegal trade in wild fauna and flora. I invite all of you, particularly our esteemed cooperating partners, to lend your unwavering support to this homegrown treaty, enabling it to efficiently counter organized wildlife crime. The Lusaka Agreement Task Force, through the Lusaka Final Act, holds a unique mandate to enhance cross-border cooperation in the fight against wildlife crime. Despite the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, the organs of the agreement have displayed unwavering dedication in its implementation, and I am humbled by their resolve today. Let this determination serve as our driving force, uniting us in the common objective of safeguarding our region's wildlife resources for cultural, aesthetic, economic, and sustainable development. Further on, I urge us all to harness the power of technology, amplify data compilation efforts, and build upon existing transboundary information systems to address the multifaceted challenges posed by poaching, illegal wildlife trade, human-wildlife conflict, and human-wildlife conflict. Other challenges are agropastoral conflicts, illegal logging, illegal timber trade, and illegal fishing. Such a system will facilitate and support information exchange among governments, parties to the Lusaka Agreement, as well as other relevant agencies. Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I stand here today joining Honorable Sikuba to request member states of the Lusaka Agreement to fulfill their financial obligations for the sustainability of the task force. While significant strides have been made in this regard, there remain some parties that have not fully met their commitments to the organization. It is my sincere hope that we will resolve this matter during our tenure and propel the agreement towards greater success. In conclusion, let us reaffirm our collective commitment to the Lusaka Agreement as an instrument that we have forged ourselves with a noble cause at its core. The continued functioning and existence of this agreement rests squarely upon our shoulders. Therefore, I appeal to each one of you to lend your unreserved support, recognizing that the problems faced by the African states, particularly in the international illegal wildlife trade, will persist and necessitate increased cooperation to combat this scourge effectively. Finally, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the parties and cooperating partners whose financial and technical support has brought the agreement this far. Your unwavering dedication and collaboration have been instrumental in our collective progress. I also wish to take this opportunity to invite those from outside Kenya to take time, as I said, assemble some of our touristic products and experiences that we offer in this country. It is the start for unforgettable memories of magical Kenya. Thank you all for your kind attention, and more importantly, allow me to thank our chief guest speaker today for calling upon us and other interested parties within Africa to join the agreement. Honorable keynote speaker today, I want to encourage you and tell you, when we went to the floor of the CITES, we had 21 countries from the globe, 18 of them being from Africa, who united with us to forge forward for a common voice and one voice for Africa. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
And we're very proud of that fact, and we continue to develop that fact. So I'd like to make very few remarks on behalf of His Excellency the Governor, who is held up in a different engagement and therefore wasn't able to be with us, but has or brings you best wishes for the event. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to be here, and an even greater pleasure to host men and women, African and our partners, all devoted to one cause, ending once and for all this evil trade. Across the road from us is one of the very few national parks right in the middle of a city. In it, lions still roar. In it, African fish eagles still soar. From right here in this hotel where we meet today, you can often see giraffe roam, heads held high against a blue Nairobi sky. Why should they be killed or stolen merely for profit? For that is what fundamentally this trade is about. It takes our natural heritage, those living, beautiful animals on this land, which we have inherited from our fathers, and turns them into cold, dead cash. 7 years ago, a former president of this country put the matter bluntly. We are not going to be the generation of Africans which loses this heritage. We are not going to be the ones who squander this heritage. Over the years, we in Kenya have done our bit. We have backed the CITES ban on the sale and trade of ivory held. We have toughened our enforcement of wildlife crime laws, and we have demonstrated that commitment by periodically banning our ivory stockpiles. I think, in fact, at the site of one of those banning sites, we have an established restaurant. But the trade is global. We have no choice but to work together with friends and partners, because no country working alone can hope to win. And that's a fact. So it is an immense pleasure to see that so many of our friends are committed to the Lusaka Agreement and intent on making it work. I wish you well in your deliberations in these matters over the next day or two. I'm sure you've already started the process earlier today. And I hope, first, that we can make clear realistic plans to defend our heritage, and second, the friendship and partnership we have made or will make, and ensure that it endures. Ladies and gentlemen, let us defend our heritage together. Asanteni sana. His Excellency Sakaja Aga Johnson.
The first female president, Honorable Penina Malonza, Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Heritage, Republic of Kenya. Vice President, Honorable Mohamed Omari Mchengwerwa, MP, Minister for Natural Resources and Tourism, United Republic of Tanzania. And our rapporteur will be from the Congo, Brazzaville. I keep being told to be very careful. Is it Congo? It's Congo, Brazzaville. And I believe this will be conveyed.
You can now invite them to take the seat, and then you move to this chair.
I also want to make mention, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that the Bureau is on a rotational basis over a period of 2 years. And in May of 2022, if I'm not mistaken, that is when we'll have our new Bureau. With those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to invite the new Bureau to come and take their official seats here. As they come to take their official seats here, please give them a round of applause. I will request that you just change the, yes. Isn't it the, yes, just swap the, thank you. Tanzania.